Okay, friends, if you can grab a piece of paper, a pencil, and something to color with, you can use markers today, you can use crayons, colored pencils, oil pastels. If you are using, with your parents' permission, watercolors to paint with, you also can use that too for today's art project, okay? You may use that too. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We have 4. We might have a few friends that trickle in, and that's okay. Everyone has their materials. Can you put a yes in the chat if you have all of your materials? YES, and we can go ahead and get started. I don't want to start with that without anyone that's going to grab a pencil. Yeah, perfect. If you have all of your materials, just type yes in the chat. We can go ahead and today too. So my camera's going to be switching back and forth. If you need to slow down, you can say, Miss Angelica, I need you to slow down, okay? We're all working at our own pace today. So if you need to go a little faster or a little slower, that's okay. We're all at our own pace. And remember, with art, there are no mistakes. There are no mistakes. If you want certain additions that are going to be drawn onto your picture, you can add those additions, okay? What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to give a base. I am going to be giving a base. I'm letting a friend in. Just 1 second. But if you feel like, oh my gosh, that would look so cool if I added a cloud here or a bird here, you guys are welcome to do that, okay? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. And we're just going to do a very quick presentation, and we're just going to go over a few things. Let's see. Does everyone see Moose? This is my dog, Moose. He's a silly dog. My name is Miss Angelica, and welcome to Kiddy Coders Art Online. If you need to raise your hand, here are some things that will help you. You can click participants. If you don't have this, that is okay. You can just unmute yourself and say, Miss Angelica, I have a question. Because sometimes if you're working with an iPad, you don't always have this feature, and that's okay. If you need to adjust your view, like you can't see me or you can't see some of your friends, you can go to the tabs and adjust your view, and you can see everyone, or you can just pin your screen. It looks like a little pin drop to where you can only see my screen. Remember, we are raising our hand when we speak. We are using appropriate language, and if you do not want to keep your camera on because you're not comfortable, that is okay too, friends. So we went over our welcome and expectations. I love asking a question of the day to get to know my friends. We go over our art activity, and then we say goodbye. So our question of the day, this is the part where I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself one at a time, and we are going to answer our question of the day. So our question of the day is, would you rather explore the moon or the bottom of the ocean, and why? So that is our question. Would you rather explore the moon or the bottom of the ocean, and why? And this is just a little icebreaker or a get to know you game. So if anyone would like to go first, you can just raise your hand. Jackson, can you unmute yourself and tell me, would you like to explore the moon or the bottom of the ocean?
Explore the bottom of the ocean.
Why would you like to explore the bottom of the ocean, Jackson?
Because some creatures are unknown.
Ooh, very good. I like that. Does anyone else? Thank you, Jackson. Can you mute yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Does anyone else want to answer? If you don't want to answer right now, that's okay. We can come back to you. Okay, July. Would you rather explore the bottom of the ocean? Or would you, oh, he's Jackson too. Okay. So she also said he would like to explore the bottom of the ocean. I think that would be so cool to see the different fish and the coral, maybe, you know, the anemone and different types of, you know, maybe there's smaller fish or bigger fish that you can explore. But the moon would be pretty cool too. What if you found treasure on the moon? That would be so cool. We don't know, right? That would be pretty cool too. So if you guys want to share the answer to your question of the day later, you can do that too. So today your materials, you're gonna need a paper, a pencil with an eraser, colored pencils, markers, or crayons today. And this is my friend. We're not gonna get as crazy as him today, but we're gonna have lots of fun. So we are going to learn about who Claude Monet is. Monet was a French painter. He was well known for painting beautiful landscapes and seascapes. One of his most famous pieces was the Japanese bridge and water lilies, and they're beautiful. So what we're going to do today is we are going to depict our own Japanese bridge and water lilies. So I'm also going to, oh, do you want to share too? Yeah, go ahead, unmute yourself.
Okay, so I would rather explore the moon because I've always had this like thing with space, and I think it's pretty cool that there are other galaxies around, and there might be alien civilizations living there without us knowing.
Ooh, I love that answer. Oh my gosh. And what would you say to an alien if you met him? If you met an alien and you saw him, what would be the first thing you say?
I think I would say we come in peace.
I love that. That is awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. That is too cool. I think that was a great answer. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We have our materials and we are ready. We are going to also be adding on to our Japanese bridge and water lilies. We are going to learn how to draw like koi fish. We are going to put a koi fish right in our water where our water lilies will sit. And if you notice with our Japanese bridge and our water lilies, it's very colorful. We have a lot of different colors. We have green, pinks, yellows, we have blues. So we are going to create our own landscape with water lilies and a koi fish. So is everyone ready to get started? Okay, so I'm going to switch my screen. You're going to see a little bit of my hands, but if I need to turn my screen around the other way, then we can go ahead and do that too. Does everyone see my hands? Perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We are going to start with our picture straight up and down long ways instead of a little chunky on the side. Okay, so we're going to start straight up and down. We are going to start, I am going to use a marker just so you guys can see me just a little better. But I want you guys to use pencils because if you make a mistake, then you can erase it. It'll be easier to erase it, okay? So we are going to start with a large round shape that goes in the middle of our paper. We are going to start from one side and connect it all the way to the other. And we are going to do that on the top and the bottom. And that is going to be our bridge. So we are going to do that right across in the middle of our paper. It's one long curved shape. Perfect. So once we have our long curved shapes, we are going to add our bridge rails inside. And they're just two long straight lines. They kind of look like two long L's. And we are going to do that all the way across our bridge. If you want to add more, you can add more. If you want less, you can add less. I'm actually doing different sizes of my rails, but you can do whatever size you would like. Perfect. And that is our rail that is going to connect our Japanese bridge. Awesome. Perfect. And remember, this is what you have your pencil and eraser for. So if your bridge looks a little crooked or a little silly, that's okay. We are going to add on to it. We are going to be able to color. I want you to make this picture your own. So after we are done with our bridge, we are going to create lily pads. We are going to create lily pads, and I am going to use green. Please use your pencil and your eraser for this. Let's see, I'm inviting another friend in. I wonder why it's not letting me. 1 second, friends. Okay, let's see. Okay, So now we are going to create a lily pad, and what a lily pad is going to look like is a little curved circle. So I am just going to make a squiggly circle. It kind of looks like a splash of paint, and I'm going to make different shapes all around the bottom, but I'm going to leave a big space for my koi fish. So just make sure you leave a big space for your koi fish, but create round, curvy lily pads all around, and they can be different sizes. Not all lily pads are the same. Or they look like patches from cows. They're just a curved, squiggly circle. Remember to leave a big space for our big koi fish that we are going to be drawing also. Awesome. You guys are doing amazing. Perfect. Perfect. Awesome. And I think I'm going to add one more right here in the corner. So beautiful. You're doing amazing. Awesome job. Perfect. So now inside of our lily pads, we are going to add our water lilies, and our water lilies are going to be very bright and colorful. So I am going to use pink, and I am going to use dark green for my water lilies just to show you. So we are going to create an oval, and then we are going to create a flower. So a long rounded oval in each of our lily pads, friends. A long rounded oval in each of our lily pads. A long rounded oval, and we're just going to keep doing that with all of our lily pads. Perfect. Awesome. Does everyone have their round? Yes, Jackson.
Can you slow down, please?
Oh, yes, I can slow down. Thank you so much for letting me know.
Anything on yours?
Thank you.
Welcome.
Perfect. So like I said, friends, it doesn't matter how many lily pads you have, as long as you have a few. We really want to bring that out. Perfect. I can bring my screen a little closer too. I can always bring my picture a little closer in case you need to see the details on my lily pads. So our lily pad looks like a curvy circle, and then we have a long oval inside of it. It looks like a glob of paint was spilled on my paper. And none of your lily pads have to be the same. So inside of our lily pads, we are going to create our water lily flower, okay? I am going to use pink to show you. And this is going to be the easiest part. We're just going to create lines. We're just going to create lines. And that is going to depict our water lilies on our pads. And I'll bring my screen up just so I can show you. But it just looks like little sharp lines. So we have our lily pad, and we have our water lilies on top of the lily pad. Perfect. You guys are doing amazing. You guys are doing amazing. So if you notice, we're just using a lot of curved line and shapes for our picture. Nothing too hard. This is very easy peasy. We're using silly shapes, curved lines to depict our water lilies. And we're going to be doing that to all of our water lilies. Perfect. Awesome. Great job, Jackson. It looks good. Very nice job. So just a lot of silly curved squiggly lines. Perfect. And remember, you're going to be adding more color to your water lilies and your pads. When you're done sketching it out, we're just doing the easy part first. Perfect. Okay, so friends, we left a large space for our koi fish. I am actually going to use black for my koi fish because I want to have you guys follow along, but I also want it to be very clear. So we are going to create a heart at the bottom of our picture, and that is going to be our koi fish's face. So we are going to start with a half of a heart. And if you notice, my heart is not going to be even, and that's okay. Can you see that? Let's see. It's going to look like half of a heart. And that is going to be our koi fish's face. Perfect. Awesome. It's just half of a heart. We're not going to connect our heart. Perfect. Yes, awesome. That looks amazing. You guys are doing a great job following along. Awesome job, Jackson. Keep it up. Good job. Okay, so we did our curved heart. Now we are going to do a W, and that is going to be our koi fish's nose. So once we have our heart, we are going to make a W. Let me bring that a little closer. Whoop, there we go. So we have our heart, and we have a W at the bottom. Perfect. Awesome. So koi fish have really long little gills, and they have very sharp, what's the word I'm looking for? Whiskers. They have very long whiskers. So we are going to create our whisker on both ends of their face. We are going to bring it up, a line up to a point, and bring it right back down. A line up to a point, and bring it right back down. So now it's really starting to look like a koi fish. Or it looks like a tooth. Doesn't that look like a crooked tooth? It looks like a crooked tooth with really big whiskers. Perfect. Awesome job. Great job, everyone. Now I'm just gonna stop here so my friends can catch up just a little bit. We have our curved lines in the middle of our paper that symbolize our Japanese water bridge. We have our rails on our Japanese water bridge. You can make them whatever size you want. I have some large ones, I have some skinny ones, I have some longer ones. We have our curved green lily pads with our water lilies on top. And I just placed a few of those in my water. This is going to be our water section. Now we are starting with our koi fish. We have half of our heart. We created a W at the bottom and long whiskers coming from the side of its face. Perfect. Awesome job. I'm just going to stop here so you guys can catch up. Perfect. And if the music gets too loud, just tell me and I can always lower my music. Great. So if we're ready to move on, you can type a number. Let's type a number 1 in the chat if you're ready to move on. If you're ready to move on to the next step, I can slow it down and we can move on to the rest of the koi fish. If you still need time, we can wait. Perfect. Okay. We can slow down. We can wait, friends. Awesome. Jackson, do you have a question, friend?
I just finished my koi fish.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Jackson. Okay. I can hold that closer to the screen. So that is what we have so far for our koi fish. Okay. Now we are going to create our 2 eyes for our koi fish, but we're going to start with one first. We are going to create a very big oval and another oval inside of the oval. So we have one oval. So one large oval. I can bring that closer to the screen so you can see that. It looks like the letter D too, or maybe half of the letter O. So maybe an oval isn't, it's not exactly an oval because we didn't connect it to both ends. But that's going to be one of its eyes. Perfect. So inside of our oval, we are going to make another oval. We are going to make another oval inside of our oval. Okay. So we are going to start here, and I'm just going to add another oval. So it almost looks like 3D. Perfect. You guys are doing amazing. So we have one really big oval, and we added another small oval on the inside. Awesome. Perfect. So we are going to do that to the other side. We are going to create an oval and another oval on the inside. Perfect. Oval and another oval on the inside. So now I know this looks really silly. He looks very silly right now. But we are going to create a small dot on the center of his eyes, and that'll bring out his eyes. Perfect. Are you doing okay, Jackson?
I'm already done.
Whoa, you're already done. You're super fast.
Thank you.
You are super, super fast. Okay, so are you just going to watch me finish my koi fish?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we have our 2 silly eyes, and I know they look kind of silly right now, but we are going to create a little black dot on the inside and fill it in. And now it's starting to look more like an eye. Perfect. How are we doing so far? Beautiful. There you go. Yes, I can't wait to see what the rest of the body looks like. That looks amazing. Nice job. So inside of our koi fish's face, we are going to create two little nostrils for its nose at the very bottom where our W is. And that's just going to be two black dots. And it kind of looks like a dragon right now. But once we finish the body of our koi fish, you'll really see it. So two little dots at the very bottom for our koi fish's nostrils. Perfect. I'm just letting a few of my friends catch up, and then we can go ahead and finish our koi fish's body. Yours definitely looks like a koi fish. Once we do the body and add our scales, you're gonna see the koi fish. Okay, if you are ready to move on, type a 2 in the chat. Number 2, if you are ready to move on with the koi fish's body, let's type a 2. Perfect. Okay, so from our koi fish's face, we are going to create its fin right about here. So this entire side is going to be our koi fish's fin. We are going to start with a curved line and a point. A curved line and a point. It's not too big. You can see that it's kind of hanging from its head. Curved line and a point. And then we are going to create humps. Little small humps. 1 hump, 2 hump, 3 hump, and then on our last hump, we are going to bring it down. So we created a curved line and a point, and we made a few humps, and we are going to bring the curved line down. Perfect. So we are going to bring the last one all the way down, just like that. Curved line, point, and a few humps, and a curved line down. Awesome. Perfect. So once we have our koi fish's first fin, we are going to create its body. And koi fishes are very active fish, so they're always swimming around and flipping around, and their body is always moving, and it kind of looks like this when they swim. I know a lot of fish, tend to go a little slower, but koi fish are very active fish. So a lot of the times when you see pictures of koi fish, their bodies are kind of turned because it shows that they're active. So we are going to curve our koi fish's body almost to make it look like it's swimming. And the koi fish's body has a lot of detail, but it's very easy. It's very easy. So from our fin, we are going to make a long curved line all the way up, and we're going to stop it at a midway point. So from our fin, we are going to make a long curved line, and we are going to stop it at our midway point. So long curved line, and we are going to stop it. And if your curved line looks a little silly, that is fine. I know my picture looks a little silly right now, but it's because I'm mapping out my koi fish for you. Perfect. So from our fin, it's going to be a long curved line. It kind of looks like a hook. It looks like we kind of just went and hooked it around. Perfect. Awesome job. How are we doing? And after we finish our koi fish, we have a few more details to add to our landscape at the top. And then we get to do my favorite part, and that is color or paint and really bring our pictures to life. If you are ready to move on with our koi fish, can you type A3 in the chat? If you are ready to move on with the rest of our koi fish's body, type a 3. If we need to give you a few more minutes, that's okay too. 3.0. Perfect. If you need a few more minutes, that is okay too. A koi fish has a lot of details. Once we get the base outline for our koi fish, we just have the details inside. Awesome. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so once you are ready to move on, friends, we are going to go ahead and we are going to start the rest of our koi fish's body. We are going to bring a line from the center of our koi fish's face, and we are going to hook it around, similar to what we did with our curved line at the very top. We are going to start here in the middle of our koi fish's face, and we are going to hook it around. Start in the middle of our koi fish's face and hook a line all the way around. Did everyone see how I did that? We just did a curved line from the top to the bottom. So now we have 2 curved lines. Perfect. How are we doing so far? Are we doing okay? Remember, a lot of our picture is just curved lines, curved shapes, silly shapes, off shapes. Awesome. Perfect. If you are ready to move on, friends, can you type 8? Let's go 4. Can you type a 4 in the chat if you are ready to move on? If you need a few extra minutes, that's okay too. We can wait for you. If you need a few extra minutes, that's okay. A 4, a number 4 in the chat if you are ready to move on with our koi fish. Perfect. That looks awesome. You're following along amazing. Beautiful, beautiful. How are we doing, July? Do we need to slow down? Are you catching up? That's okay if you are. Perfect. Demi looks like they're ready. Awesome. Okay. So now we are going to create our koi fish's tail. And this is going to be a little line coming out from our outside curved line. We are going to do a little extended line and a few humps to create our tail. It's similar to what we did on our fin, so it's nothing too new. We are going to do a little line. You can add a little squiggle if you would like, and we are going to add a squiggly line and a few humps at the top and bring it right down to about that midpoint. So we are going to add a squiggly line, stop, and then add another squiggly line across and another squiggly line down. And that is going to be our koi fish's tail. Perfect. So squiggly curved lines, nothing too crazy, nothing too hard. And remember, this is just a sketch, so if you're getting frustrated or you're doing a lot of erasing, that's okay. If you want to add more, if you want to make your tail a little bigger, or if you want to make your tail a little smaller, you can go ahead and do that. This is your picture. If you want to add more details to your tail, you can also do that. I'm simply guiding you. I'm showing you the basis of how we draw it. But if you want to add more details, you are more than welcome to do that too. I had one of my old students add eyelashes onto her koi fish. She wanted her koi fish to be a girl, so she added cute little eyelashes. Remember, this is your picture, and I want you guys to be creative with it. Are we on number 5? If you are ready to move on to the next step, let's type a number 5 in the chat. And we are also going to be adding color to our picture also. So if there's a funny little piece that looks a little silly, once you add color, it's going to bring your picture out and you won't even notice it. There are no mistakes in art. Happy little accidents is what I like to call them, but we don't have mistakes in art. You can always turn your picture into something else for art. If you need a few extra minutes, that is fine. Perfect. If you are ready to move on, you may type a 5 in the chat. We are on number 5. Awesome. So I had a few friends that came in. We started our picture with our Japanese bridge. We created a few rails, different sizes and shapes. We added a few lily pads with water lilies on top of our lily pads. And we are now working on our koi fish. He looks a little silly right now, so don't judge him. We're going to finish him up and he's going to look beautiful. We're going to add some color to him or her and it is going to be okay. So please do not come in and judge our koi fishes just yet. We're still working on them. Okay. So from our tail, we are going to create a curved line inside of the body with bigger humps inside, right about here. So we are going to do a few humps and a few curved lines inside of our body. So I am going to start, you see where my hook is right here? I'm going to start a little below that. So I'm not going to be connecting these. I'm going to start a little below that. So 1 hump, 2 hump, and then I'm going to do 1 big hump that's going to connect to the side of his face. So I have my curved line in the middle. A few spaces away, I did 1 hump, 2 hump, and 1 big curved C. And I connected it to my koi fish's head. Perfect. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can bring him up a little so you can see the little deep. There we go. That's better. You can see 1 hump, 2 hump, and 1 big curved C that connected to its head. Awesome. If you have your curved lines done, can you type a 6 in the chat, a number 6? If you do not have them done, that's okay. We can wait for you. So we started with our long curved line in the middle, and I had 1 hump, 2 hump, and 1 big hump right here that connected it to its head. Perfect. Awesome job. You guys are doing such a great job following along. I know this project was a little tough, but once our koi fish is done, we get to do my favorite part, and that is add color to our pictures. So once you are ready to move on to the next step, you can type a 6 in the chat, and that lets me know I can go ahead and move on to our next step. If you need a few extra minutes, we can wait also. Got it, Demi. Okay. So we have a few friends that are still catching up. So if you do see some areas that you want to fix, or if you have your koi fish and you have some edges that you want to erase or line up, you can do that also and work on that while we're waiting for a few more of our friends. Awesome. Okay, so from our curved lines, we had one curved line, two curved lines, and one big one that connected to its head. We are going to go ahead and start our other fin and really start bringing our koi fish together. That way we don't have a one-armed fin. Well, I guess it wouldn't be a one-armed, it would be a one fin. So we are going to start our other fin, and we are going to connect it from our curved line right here. Does everyone see where I'm pointing? We are going to connect our fin to our curved line here. And it's going to be very similar to how we did it on this end. We are going to create one long curve coming from the side of the longer C that we created in the middle. And what do we think it's next? What's the next step? If we added a curved line here, what else did we add to the fin to create our fin? What do you think our next step would be? We added something to our curved line. Humps! We need humps. That's exactly what we need. So we are going to add humps to our other fin to reciprocate this one. And reciprocate means copy. We're just gonna, if we flipped it, it's gonna be the same exact thing. So we are going to create little humps, and remember, mine are going to look a lot different than this fin. Let's see if I can bring that. Our koi fish is swimming, so our fin is not going to look exactly alike, but it's going to have the same form of direction. If your humps are a little bigger, if your humps are a little smaller, that is okay. Remember, we are just simply sketching out our koi fish. Perfect. We have a long curved line and a few humps. And I bet you can see it in my sketch. We are going to connect our fin all the way up to our tail. So you should have a little space right here, and we are going to connect our fin to our tail. Did you see the way I did that? Let's see if I can bring it up closer. So I connected my fin to my tail. And remember, if yours doesn't look exactly like mine, that's okay. That's the point. None of our pictures should look exactly the same. You guys are artists in your own form, in your own type of way. And so how you see something and how you visualize something for your picture is going to be completely different than how I visualize it. I'm sure all of yours are better than mine anyway. You guys are very creative. Kids are very creative, and that's what I love about working with kids. I would have never thought to add eyelashes to a koi fish, but she did it, and it was the cutest thing ever. She added character to her koi fish. We are on number 7. So when you are ready to continue, type a number 7 in the chat. If you need a few more minutes, we can wait. Perfect. Number 7, please, when you are ready to rock and roll. The lucky number 7. Okay, that was the hardest part. Friends, that was the hardest part of our koi fish, and we got through that. Now, this is the easiest part of our koi fish. I am actually going to, I lost my top for my marker, but that's okay. He won't dry out. I am going to use orange for this part. This is the easiest part of the koi fish. I'm going to show you. We are going to create scales for our koi fish. Easiest part. Let's see. We are going to start here at the very bottom, and all we're going to do, let's see if I can show you on another piece of paper. That way it's not so small. We are going to create a little curved line, an upside down U, and we are going to keep going on top of that, just like that. That is exactly how you create scales. You're just doing a bunch of upside down U's, and you're stacking them on each other, different sizes. That's how we're going to create scales for our koi fish. Are you guys seeing the way I'm doing that? We're just adding an upside down U, and we're just stacking them on top of each other. Different sizes. We're using the same shape, and that's all we're going to do. We're just going to keep stacking them. So we are going to go back to our koi fish, and I am going to start creating little U's and stacking them on each other. And we are going to do that all the way down to our koi fish. We are going to start stacking our, like a mountain of little hills. I love that. That's exactly what we're doing. I love that. That's all we're doing. We're just adding little mountains of hills all over our koi fish. And those are going to depict our scales. And we are going to do that all the way down. All the way down. Some of my hills are bigger. Some of my hills are smaller. Some of my hills are sloppier. That's okay. And look at, we're just building that, and we're just stacking that all the way to the very bottom. And we're going to do that all the way until our tail. A huge mountain of heels. I love that. And we're going to do lots of little mountains until our hand gets tired and our koi fish has all of the scales needed. We're just going to keep doing that. We're just going to stack, stack, stack. And we're going to keep going. Perfect. Does anyone have any questions? Is that pretty easy? I told you this was the easiest part. Lots of little U's, loops, mountains, all the way to our fin. And we're just going to keep going. Perfect. I got lost on where I was. We're going to keep building our little mountains and our little hills. Awesome job. You guys did such an amazing job following along today. You are also going to stack your little mountain and hills, your curved seas, whatever you want to call it. They can look like little bubbles too. You're going to add those to your fins also. And you can do them different type of ways on your fins to create character. Perfect. You guys are doing amazing. Now we have a koi fish. Does everyone see it? Now we have a koi fish. I know some of you guys were doubting me. Some of you guys were saying, Miss Angelica, that doesn't look like a koi fish. That looks like a cat with big eyes. But nope, we created a koi fish together. And now we are done. We are done with our koi fish. You can even add it to the face if you would like. But we just rounded it out and we added it all the way to our body. That is it. That is all we did. Perfect. So it looks like we are out of time, but wait, don't go just yet. I want to show you the very last step, and then I will let you go. That way we can finish our picture. We are going to create the greenery and the landscape at the top. So if you're not done with your koi fish just yet, that's okay. You can get back to it. But let's go ahead and finish our greenery really fast. And I'm going to use my green marker. And we are just going to create long, big, pointy streaks. And that is going to be our grass. Long, big, pointy streaks. Up and down, up and down, up and down. And they look like little spikes. I am going to create some dimension in my picture, and I'm going to create squiggly lines in the grass. And I'm going to go up and down, up and down, up and down with my green for little spikes, and that's going to resemble our grass. And I am going to add squiggly lines inside of the spikes just to create dimension for our picture. Perfect. Awesome. Easy peasy, right? Long spikes up and down like tall grass, and then go in there and just create lots of squiggly, thick, squiggly lines, and that's going to create dimension, and it's going to look like a more thicker, fuller, grassy landscape. Awesome. Perfect. We are done. I know that went so fast. If you had fun today, can you type a number? What are we at? 8. Can you type a number 8 in the chat today if you had fun? Yay, I'm so happy. You guys did such an amazing job following along today. You guys are amazing. On your own time, please color the picture. You can make it beautiful and vibrant and bright, and you can color it however you want to. If you want a pink koi fish with eyelashes, you can go ahead and make a pink koi fish with eyelashes, okay? Bye. Thank you so much for joining me, and everyone have a great day.